The Mandalorian and Grogu has finally hit theaters, and Lego is not far behind in their new collection. So let's check out some of this stuff. Here we have Mando and Grogu, aka Baby Yoda. Seriously, I think he's going to be called Baby Yoda until the end of time because he's better known as Baby Yoda instead of Grogu. He just doesn't look like a Grogu. But anyway, here we have Mando and Grogu in a small walker about to confront a snowtrooper and his turret. This is basically from the opening scene where Mando confronts a bunch of Imperials who are shaking down the locals. It's not a bad set. But let's get to the real meat and potatoes of the set. Namely, the X-Wing. I've got other X-Wings. You've seen them before. In fact, I still have the gray X-Wing from the first Star Wars line. But this one's special. This one is piloted by Sigourney Weaver. It not only has 4 stud launchers, so you can actually launch 4 shots at enemy character, but it's also got fully articulated landing gear. But the real pride and joy is all you have to do is press here and, yep, for the first time ever, a simple means of opening the S-foils thanks to a gear system. Well, not a gear system, but essentially a gearbox. Finally allows you to open the S-foils on an X-Wing with just one finger. And closing is as simple as that. Here's a close-up of the gearbox. It makes the top of the ship look a bit bare compared to other past models. But honestly, the fact that the S-foils have such a simplified means of opening and closing honestly makes up for it. And here we have the spaceship of the miniature beings that include Babu Frick from Rise of Skywalker, who apparently was a fan favorite because another one of his species appeared in Mando and Grogu. Well, the series at least. While Babu Frick is famous for saying stuff like, "Hey, hey, droid ready!" The little guy in the show is famous for saying stuff like, "Bad baby, no squeeze." And that gets a lot of laughs. But in the show, Grogu ends up having to ride with 4 of Babu Frick's fellow little guys in a custom spaceship. Now, this ship is actually rather small. I mean, in real life, well, in the show. It's big by their standards, but they're like a foot tall. So, yeah, if Mando was going to ride with them, then he'd have to hold on to that outside or something. The top actually comes off, to reveal a whole workshop, enough bits to build a ramshackle battle droid. And if you open up here, you see Grogu and 2 of the little buddies. Technically, they're supposed to be 4, but the set only came with 2 in the cockpit. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And next we come to the main event, the return of the Razor Crest. Now, the original Razor Crest was all gray and had stuff like miniature carbon freeze chamber that Mando would use. But that got destroyed in the show. And if you recall, he later got a hold of a Naboo starfighter and tricked that out for a while. He still has it, but at the beginning of the movie, he gets gifted this one from Sigourney Weaver. So he, Grogu, and Zeb from Star Wars Rebels, yes, he's back too. They end up working together in various situations. Now, this particular model has some nice yellow accents. And over here is one of the boarding ramps. And if you look closely in there, you see Mando and possibly Grogu. Can't really tell. Well, actually, you can open up this part too. There, see? Mando and Grogu in the main back area. And over here, you got Zeb at the cockpit. So yeah. And that is the current Lego Star Wars Mando and Grogu collection. Apparently they're also coming out with another AT-AT or AT-AT walker, which I might get. Only time will tell. Until then, this is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, he will always be Baby Yoda. And these guys will always be adorable. This is the way.